Hello, and welcome back to Trending Japan. I'm Sakura.
And I'm Alex.
Today's topics in Japan are why Japanese teenagers are obsessed with joining invisible online tribes, and what it says about how young people find themselves in 2024.
Invisible tribes. Sakura, that sounds ominous. Are we talking about some kind of secret society?
Not secret, more like hyper-specific. We're talking about Kaiwai, which literally means a certain circle or scene. But in modern Japan, it's become something much bigger than that.
Okay, so what exactly is Kaiwai, and why should anyone care?
Because if you want to understand how Japanese youth actually think and express themselves, Kaiwai culture is basically the blueprint. Today, we're diving deep into why Japan has created this fascinating ecosystem of micro-communities and what it reveals about identity in the digital age.
I'm already intrigued. Let's go.
So here's the thing that might surprise you. On platforms like TikTok and X, there are dozens, maybe hundreds of distinct Japanese subcultures. Kaiwai is essentially a way to vaguely label your genre or the specific vibe you hang out in.
So it's like a social tag.
Precisely. In fact, it's so common that it's a total conversation starter. Young people often ask each other, "Nani Kaiwai?" which basically means, "What's your scene?" or "What tribe are you in right now?" It's as common as asking someone what their hobbies are.
Wait, subcultures exist everywhere, right? Goth kids, anime fans.
True, but here's what's different about Kaiwai. The members are very intentional about declaring which one they belong to. You don't just like anime, you're part of the anime Kaiwai. The anime Kaiwai.
Okay, so they're like labels.
Exactly. Instead of one fixed identity, you can belong to several different Kaiwai at once. Let me give you a couple of real examples.
Please do. I'm imagining some very specific aesthetics here.
So one of the most well-known aesthetic Kaiwai is Ryōsan-gata, which literally means mass-produced type. These are girls who dress in a very particular, cute, coordinated way, often copying each other's outfits almost exactly. Then, on the complete opposite end, you have Jirai-kei, landmine style, all black, heavy makeup, intentionally a little dangerous looking. And somewhere in between, there's Yami-kawa, sick cute, which blends Kaiwai with something dark or sad. Pastels mixed with themes of loneliness or depression.
So you can go from cute to dark to unsettlingly cute, all within the same app?
Exactly. And the point isn't just fashion. Each one is a way of saying, "This is how I feel inside," without having to explain it out loud.
Okay, and these are all aesthetic-based. But can a Kaiwai form around a specific person?
Absolutely. And this is where it gets really interesting. Influencer-based Kaiwai are huge right now. Teenagers will copy exactly how a popular creator makes their TikToks. The camera angle, the editing style, the music choices, even the way they caption their videos. And that whole scene just becomes known as the influencer's name Kaiwai.
So the influencer themselves becomes the label.
Exactly. You're not just a fan, you're a member of their Kaiwai. And other people immediately recognize what that means about your taste, your vibe, your whole aesthetic. It's identity by association.
That's a totally different kind of fandom. It's less I like this person and more I want to be in their world.
Precisely. And the influencer doesn't even have to officially declare a Kaiwai exists. Their followers just organically create it around them.
So these aren't just fashion choices. They're expressing something deeper, aren't they?
Exactly. These Kaiwai are basically how young people are working through their emotions and finding their tribe without saying a word. You wear your identity, or in this case, you post it.
So it's identity formation?
100%. In Japan, there's historically been a lot of pressure to conform, to fit into the mainstream. But Kaiwai culture has created this safe space where you can say, "I'm not mainstream, I'm in this specific niche." And because social media connects all these people instantly, what used to be a lonely experience, being different, becomes a community experience.
That's a really good point. Back home, if you were into something weird, you were just weird, alone. But here, you find your people immediately.
Exactly. TikTok and X are basically the platforms where Kaiwai find each other. You post with a specific hashtag, use the right music, the right filter, and suddenly you're visible to everyone in your Kaiwai. It's very efficient identity building.
Are there rules to being in a Kaiwai?
Oh, absolutely. Unwritten but very real rules. For the Ryōsan-gata, you have to dress in a specific way, use certain vocabulary, follow certain accounts. If you break the rules, like if you mix aesthetics, you might get called out. It's actually pretty strict.
So it's not as free as it seems.
No, and that's the interesting tension. Kaiwai exists to help people express themselves authentically, but they also have their own conformity pressure. You're conforming to non-conformity, in a way.
That's very Japanese, actually. Even rebellion has rules.
You get it. And here's another layer. Some Kaiwai are connected to real-world activities. There's the Chika Idol Kaiwai, the underground idol Kaiwai, where people don't just watch idols online. They go to tiny live shows, buy merchandise, and become part of an actual community. It's not just TikTok, it's a lifestyle.
So these aren't just random internet people?
No. Many of them meet in real life. They go to the same cafes in Shibuya or Harajuku. They know each other's names. They collaborate on content. It's a real community that happens to be organized online.
That's actually kind of beautiful.
It is. But there's also a darker side. Some kawaii have become so specific that young people feel trapped in them. If you're part of the Yami-kawa kawaii, you're expected to perform sadness or darkness all the time, even if you're not actually feeling that way. Some psychologists in Japan have raised concerns about this becoming unhealthy.
So it's great for finding your people, but it can also be limiting.
Yes, it's like any identity. It can be empowering or constraining, depending on how you use it. The key difference between kawaii and Western subcultures is the intensity and the visibility. In Japan, these aren't underground. They're celebrated on social media. They're mainstream adjacent. Teenagers openly declare their kawaii the way they might declare their favorite brand.
And that's normalized?
Completely. Teachers, parents, society, they all understand that kawaii are part of how young people figure out who they are. It's not seen as rebellion. It's seen as self-expression.
Wow, that's actually a pretty mature approach to letting kids find themselves.
It is, though it does raise questions. Are young people developing a genuine sense of self, or are they just picking a pre-made identity off the shelf?
That's the million-yen question, isn't it?
It is.
All right, so here's the big takeaway. Kawaii culture is basically Japan's answer to the age-old question of how do I figure out who I am? Except it's happening at light speed on social media, and it's creating these incredibly specific, tight-knit communities.
And what's fascinating is that it works. These kids aren't isolated. They're connected to hundreds or thousands of people who get exactly who they are.
So here's something to think about. If you had to join a Kaiwai right now, which one would you choose? And what does that say about how you see yourself? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us keep making these.
Until next time, mata ne!
Mata ne!